G'day, Groovers. I was live this morning and I suggested we go for a little drive around Hobart because it's Dark Mofo time. Just finished work. It's a long weekend here. What? Hang on, I just need to change my hair. So weird. If I have a ponytail all day, at the end of the day, it's got to come out or go up in a top knot. If I have a top knot all day, it has to come out or go into a ponytail. These glasses I haven't worn for ages, they give me a bit of a headache, but that's okay. Got water. I got snacks. And I'm going to show you a little bit of Hobart, Tasmania. The town painted red because it's Dark Mofo 2023. Some of you have been on previous Dark Mofo adventures. Hey, Cement Shoes, glad you're here. So we're doing a little drive around showing off some of the things that are painted red. I mean, they're lit up red. They're not literally painted red. For our annual winter festival, Dark Mofo. And just so you guys know, it started last night. There will be people everywhere, so I'm really going to have to focus on, I always do focus on everyone else's safety, but I will point some things out, but some of the time you guys are just going to have to be spotting things that are lit up red, because part of Dark Mofo is wandering the streets of Hobart. So it officially started yesterday, and basically Hobart, well, all of Tassie, in fact, gets right into this red thing. So, like, for example, on the opposite corner, on the left-hand side, you probably can't see it as well as I can, but they've put red strip lighting around the top of their sign, Little India. There's also red banners the whole way down this street that are lit up with street lights, but because they're red banners, so there's a lot of red blowing. Lots of shops inside. We just went past next door coffee shop and they've got red lights in their windows. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a game for you guys to spot the red things, and I'll take you through a few. There's a shop on the left here and they've got big signs up in the window that are painted red. There's red buildings to the right of me. It's so much fun, guys. It's not fully dark yet, but it's dark enough that you should be able to spot some red things. I'm actually taking us down a very slow street because I thought I'd do like a little back loop. Just have a look at some of the things, and then I'll show you Parliament House, the museum, and when we head out of town, you'll get to see the bridge all lit up underneath. It's my favourite time of, it's my favourite time of winter. I was going to say the year, but it is pretty cool. But we all love it. How you doing, Cement? And how come everyone else is silent? You silent lurking types? Say g'day. And yeah, it's a long weekend, so woo. And next week is my 2-day work week. So I've got Monday off, which is one of my work days. And I have to work Tuesday, which is absolutely full as a gourd of appointments. And then I have the rest of the week off. How have you been? I asked you, and your response is watching. Okay, good. There is a red car. I'm in a red car. You can only drive your cars in Hobart during Dark Mofo if they're red. That's not true. That's me being a dickhead. But yeah, I don't know how red this street will be, but that's part of the fun, is going for a little toot all around town. There's a brilliant window directly opposite where I work. There's a little walkway through there that's all lit up with red lights. A few people have got into the spirit. There's a building to my right. They're lighting up the top. They've put red strip lighting up there. But so far, this street is not getting a gold star. They could have done a lot better, in my view. Bit disappointing. Has it been sweltering for you? I mean, it's 11 degrees, but it's not. It's not actually that cold. It's quite mild at the moment, but it can get really cold. But we all just rug up in our woolies, beanies, and gloves and scarves, and everyone just wanders the streets because there's all these little hidden pop-up bars and little free music performances, exhibitions. The shop on the left of me's got little red fairy lights in their window. Hey, Kylie, we're doing a little tootle around Hobart just to have a look at the buildings that are painted red for Dark Mofo, and then I'm going to take you down to where the hub of it is because it's fun. But I mean, there's businesses a long way out of the city that get into the spirit of it too, like all over the island. A lot of upstairs have put in like red lighting in windows. That red car was going to give way to me. I'm going back down this street because, yeah, there's a few businesses up near where I work that are all lit up. And things like the Telstra building, you probably won't get to see the top of buildings like that, but their logo usually changes colours, but they just set it on permanently red during Dark Mofo. There's a little shop over there on the right that's got red velvet curtains and red lanterns in the window. And people light up their houses red too. It's really cool. It's actually not that windy. I mean, the banners are blowing in the breeze, but yeah, there's a lot along here that Liverpool Street is outdoing Collins Street. There's a lot of red lighting up on buildings and in-store windows, and I don't think we can count the Westpac logo, but they are very red. Or the red combi that's always been parked up on the rooftop over on my right. If you look up where Red Herring is, they've got a red combi van with a surfboard on the roof. But these buildings on the left that are lit up look very pretty. But yeah, it's not actually windy. It's pretty still. It's just there's a bit of breeze on the banners. Well, it's not dead still, but it's not blowing a gale. One of the main venues for Dark Mofo is up ahead too, the Odeon. You'll spot that one because they're very red. I'm happily tootling around in bloody after work traffic. I don't mind being in peak hour traffic to do this. I brought some snacks with me too because I'm actually really hungry. Today was so busy. We just kind of had to grab food as we could. But I've got some bickies and cheese with me and a couple of apples. You thought that building was red, but it's a brake lights. There are buildings that are red though. They're lit up red. And the combi van, you can just see it in the top right-hand corner. But that's always there. That's not. Someone hasn't worked out how to get a combi up there for Dark Mofo. I'm going to let this Mofo car in because it's red. No worries, Groover. If you're any other colour. They've put red fairy lights on the trees in the mall just to the left. This is like doing let's go on a Christmas lights tour. All right, what snack comes out of my bag first? Cheese and crackers. All right, we'll do them. Oh, I've got a Twiggy stick. Yum. I'm so hungry. We're so busy at the moment that you're better off taking like what I call a platter lunch into work. just a container full of lots of different things you can quickly nibble on. You know, like nuts and dried fruits and some cheese and some crackers and Twiggy sticks and yeah, the trees do look cool. Yeah, it's kind of like shove something in your face whenever you get the opportunity to at the moment. There'll be road closures because the streets get closed and they put in all these fire pots and pop-up bars so that we can wander around all around here without risking getting run over. And yeah, the Odeon's coming up on the right. It's got a really cool deco sign at the front that's all lit up red. But wait till we get down to like where the hub, and then you can see over on the left-hand side, there's a wall with a lighting thing going on, a display with a man that keeps turning into a bat. There's lots of that all over the city too, like projected onto buildings and stuff. It's kind of cool. But it really is a rug up and wander around the city kind of event. So there's people queuing up there to go into the Hanging Gardens, which is another one of the venues, and there's the Odeon. And then up here is the street where I work. But yeah, there's a business just here on the right. Looks so cool. There's two of them. Tinter cars gone all red as well. But they've got some creepy mannequin in the window. So during the day, they've got this creepy dude. And then at night time, it's lit up. Going to take you guys down to West Point Casino, so the oldest casino in Australia, because they always light the tower up. You're snacking on chocolate-covered peanuts. Oh, yum. I think I've got some chocolate in my bag too. We've got a cute little snack box. Well, we've got a shelving unit in our kitchen that's full of snacks. I think I've grabbed one of those, I'm not sure, is Summer Roll the one that's got coconut on the outside, and then there's the other one that's the nougat and chocolate, but there's no coconut? That's the one I've got. What creepy dude? Oh, they've got like a mannequin. Just one of the shops back, Tinter Car. They've got a creepy mannequin during the day, and then at night the whole place is lit up. You know, it's a festival of the dark, really, and the winter solstice. So everything's got a kind of kinky / sinister edge to it. Like everything we get to see is, oh, cement shoes, I've scarred you, mate. Summer roll, yeah, there's the other one. Is it Nougat Honey Log, I think it's called. I've got one of those. Yum. I love them. I'm so sorry you're still haunted by that story. I mean, it is a shocker, Cement, but I hope you don't get PTSD from that one. You want to see that? You can't see it because the shop is absolutely pitch black now with red. I'll get a photo of it next week. I'm back at work on Tuesday. Remind me, because I'm doing some cooking on Sunday. And yeah, if you remind me, I'll get a photo of it. So like the pub, there's a pub on the corner up here that's lit up red. Just there, the Chowk, which is a Nepalese pub. It's pretty fucking cool. Like Nepalese food and a pub. The Chowk. But yeah, I want to see the mannequin. I mean, I had to drive past it. There's no way I could position my car so it's looking straight at that business, on a main road in Hobart. But also, the shop is jet black now with red fairy lights. You can't see him. This is up ahead, like over the other side. You probably won't be able to notice it, but it's a lighting shop, and they've put red bulbs in all of the lights in their windows. Like, people just get creative and do all kinds of stuff. It's fun. Not scarred, it would make a hell of a movie. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? That poor family. If I can find an article about it, I'll let you know. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. So I'm taking all y'all down to Sandy Bay to show you West Point Federal Casino all lit up. And there's the Dark Mofo banners along this road as well, because they have a lot of venues, not just in the city centre, but even out at Mona. And Dark Mofo is the creation of the creator of Mona, the museum we've been out to. There's a lot of events that happen out there as well. But a lot of the venues are like laundromats by day, and then they turn into like a Dark Mofo venue at night. Like, it's really fun. And everyone just gets into the spirit of it. Like I said, though, guys, I won't be pointing everything out. You'll just have to play red things spotting. Coles is always red. That's nothing about Dark Mofo. It's just a coincidence. Same as McDonald's. I'm in the wrong lane. And I've got no way of getting over. So look at the bus. It has Dark Mofo coloured lights on the back of it. Oh, I know that movie. Mannequins are creepy as fuck. Not as creepy as clowns to me, though. Like, if I had to choose between having a mannequin and a clown in my bedroom, I mean, I'd prefer death, to be honest, but in my house, give me the mannequin any day. In fact, my friend Sarah, who sells a lot of stuff online, told me only a week ago that if I wanted to sell anything online, I could borrow her headless, legless mannequin to put my clothes on. I'm like, that's okay. There's a house in there. They've put a red light in their living room or something. I love how everyone gets into it. It's fun. So we're going to do a little lap of West Point Casino, the first and oldest casino in Australia. Go us. But the tower looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm not a fan of lifelike dolls at all. They scare the fuck out. Like movies like Annabelle, you couldn't pay me to watch that shit. But look at it. That's a good shot right there. There's your money shot. How cool does that look? Well, you can see it from like the other side of the river, and so that's West Point. And the fountain to my right, which you may not have seen, that's lit up red too, which is kind of cute. So that was West Point. Getting in the spirit, and we'll go for a little bit of a drive down around the docks. And I don't know what roads are going to be open or closed, so it could be interesting, but hopefully you'll be able to see some things. Oh, I've got to find a vantage point. They lit up Spectra last night, which is a light beam that goes way, 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 way up into the sky, and it's on turned on the whole time Dark Mofo's on. My dad died during Dark Mofo, and my partner at the time and I got home the day he died, and our apartment was in the city, and we were sitting out on our deck having a little moment, and they turned Spectrum on, and it was so amazing. It just, I don't know, it just kind of gave me a bit of hope and peace, I guess. It had absolutely nothing to do with Dad, but this amazing beam just going right up into the heavens. It may not be dark enough yet for you guys to see it, but it will come into shot right about now. I'll see if I can if we get past some street lights. If you look at like almost 12 o'clock, like 11:58, you should be able to see a beam of light going straight up. Hang on, I'll play my windscreen too. I'll pull up along here because it's behind the trees a bit now. But can you see it, guys, over the trees? Hang on. If I get the perfect vantage point just up here, I'll pull over. I mean, you can see Spectrum from all over the city. I'm not meant to pull over here, but oh damn, now you can't see it without the lights. That's weird. It's now at about 10 o'clock. But yeah, how come we could see it more when there were lights? That's a bit bizarre. Yeah, that's all right. You just drive straight in front of me. I don't care. I used to live down here on the house coming up on the left for several years. This one right here on the corner with a little picket fence, number 10, was a good spot. All right, it's right in front of me. But hang on, if I turn my lights off. Damn it. This camera isn't good for night vision. You could see it. Yeah, it was visible when we were back where there were street lights, weirdly. Don't worry, Dark Mofo goes for 2 weeks. You're going to be seeing a lot of it. I just thought we'd do a little tootle around Hobart town before I head home. Because I would have been driving around looking at it anyway because I friggin' love it. But yeah, that's my little old house just there on the right. Many big parties. Oh, there's a little house here that's got the windows lit up red. They're in the spirit. I'll be putting lots of photos and stuff on my community page for the next couple of weeks. And I'll ask my godson to take some photos of the rave that I usually go to, but I can't because of my friggin' knee issue. So many houses have got red lights out the front. It's so cute because back in the day, we all know what that meant. Spectrum is getting brighter because it's getting darker, so hopefully it's straight ahead. Did you see it right before my lights went out? Oh, man. Anyway, we'll go through Battery Point. So you love all these cute little windy streets. I do. Well, Dark Mofo, I think, is deliberately a play on what mofo actually means. It's literally dark motherfucker. But in summer, they have Mona Foma, which is, again, it's the Mona people. And Foma is the Festival of Music and Art. But despite people putting out what MOFO stands for, it is literally as the word is intended. Because we're naughty down here on this little island. We're cheeky. It's like everyone that's got a really strong inner child ends up living here because we have the biggest winter festival in Australia and it's literally called Dark Motherfucker. Go us. So this suburb we're driving around at the moment is called Battery Point. And you don't own a Battery Point unless you've got a lot of money. As much as I love it, and it's really lovely walking through here, like from that house where I used to live, walking through Battery Point to go to work or go down to Salamanca Market, walk into town and stuff like that. It was very, very convenient. But the people who live in Battery Point call Battery Point the village. And everyone who doesn't live in Battery Point calls everybody who lives in Battery Point the village idiots. Because they're a rather incestuous little mob. Swingers and stuff like that, we're sure of it. They're a little bit too connected and close to the exclusion of all others. I'm actually doing Winter Feast tomorrow night with my uncle and auntie and my cousin, who are all down from the mainland. We're staying in the night so that we can stumble home from the west. Okay, the road closed ahead, no access Saturday. That's all right. It's not Saturday. We'll still, even if we have to kind of go around the periphery. Yeah, I've taken you guys for walks. I've taken you into raves. CSIRO, just here on the right, they're lit up red. Go Siro. We've done a few things with Dark Mofo. I took you guys into a rave, into like a sound bath. And then, as you can see now, the red's going to get super crazy, like not just on the buildings to the left, but this is the hub coming up. So they close it all off, and it's the central location for a lot of events, but also Winter Feast, which I will try to do a tiny live. I've got a week pass to go, so but this is where I'm going to be tomorrow night, straight ahead. It's a shame it's not as dark as it is for me because this is so stunning, and also you're getting like a long range view, whereas we're a lot closer. Look, this guy behind me on a bike has this flashing light that's like a strobe effect, and it's very annoying. Have a look at all the buildings on the left, all lit up red, and then everything down the other side lit up red too. And this whole area, like there's heaps of Dark Mofo venues, but the Winter Feast is indoors and outdoors, and all the best restaurants in Australia, or sorry, Tasmania, have stalls and bars and with, from different wineries and ginger beer and all that good stuff and desserts, and you wander around and buy whatever you want, and then there's fire pots everywhere or huge banquet tables inside with candelabra and... God, your flashing light's really annoying, mate. It's really good fun and a very popular event. And you can't do Dark Mofo without doing the Winter Feast. It's like a rule. But yeah, I'll do as many things as I can for you guys. Dude, wait. Have you guys noticed the younger generation, if they need to reverse out of a park, they just, oh shit, we can't go that way. All right. They just pull out now, like irrespective of if there's cars driving along. Parliament House is not lit up red. Oh, yes it is. It's just not dark enough yet. Got to do a blocky, guys. I hope you got to see a bit of Winter Feast, though. It is very warm and inviting, Kylie. It's really lovely. And, people come from all over the country and the world even for this event. And because there's all these artists that perform. I mean, most of them I've never even heard of. I've seen some absolute doozies. That's part of the fun of Dark Mofo, is that you can go to something and it can be amazing or it can be absolutely shithouse. But because so many of the events are not ticketed, you don't really care. And even if the ticket event is shithouse, it gives you lots to talk about. And when I say it's shithouse, it's only shithouse because half the time I have no fucking idea what they're doing or what it means. But Winter Feast is such a great place to just connect with friends, and every year groups of the same people go together, and my uncle and auntie and I, it's become a massive tradition for us to go. I usually go to Winter Feast probably maybe 6 nights in the 2 weeks. It's only open Thursday through till Sundays, but I go a lot. And when I used to work down here, that's where I'd go and grab dinner before I went home, because you can buy like a pass for the week. What kind of food is there? Every possible thing you can imagine, but it's totally showcasing Tasmanian seasonal produce, because they're all Tassie restaurants and cafes and bars that have and wineries and distilleries and cider, whatever they are. What do you call the places that make cider? Are they a distillery or a winery? Or are they just a cider house? I don't know. But it's all Tasmanian, and even like there's all the Tasmanian dessert companies, like there's donuts and there's ice cream. Like we've got Valhalla ice cream, which is amazing. And they all do special Dark Mofo menus. And that left-hand side of Salamanca that we just drove past, all the buildings that were lit up red, that's a lot of restaurants and bars. And they will all have like a signature Dark Mofo cocktail or dish or menu. And the staff are always, or not always, but are usually in red. Like everyone just gets totally into it. And as much as I can, I'll go for walks and just show you some of the quirky shit that's around. But the main part of it is everybody just rugging up in all their winter yummies. And it's so still. It's not raining. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's not cold. It's only 8 degrees now. But, I mean, mind you, I'm rugged up. So if I was walking around in Hobart in a bikini right now, I would say it was fucking cold. You think it's a distillery? For the cider house? I don't know. But yeah, so they have inside, there's these long banquet tables with candelabra and real candles, like thousands of candles. And then there's all these crazy characters wandering around. And then around the outside of the wharf, the building, there's all the stalls. And then you go outside, the bit that I just showed you where all the red fairy lights were. And that's just this huge space with lots of fire pots, seating, tables, and then there's a heap of more food places in that area. And they're all sort of like doing barbecues and anything that's got a lot of smoke to make the food is outside. And they have like buskers and they have, I can't read chat right now because I'm watching a lot of cars waiting for an opportunity to get out of gear. Yeah, and they have lots of like scheduled music performers and it's great fun. But then in other parts of the city and the island, there's performances going on in churches and theatres and laundromats and bars and out on the streets. There's heaps of things happening out at Mona. And it's just bloody good fun. And while the rest of Australia is like, oh, it's cold, I'm going to stay inside with my heating on, Tasmanians are like, fuck that noise, we're going out and wandering the streets. And you never know what you're going to stumble across. Like wherever you wander, you just constantly find things to go and look at and explore. And like I said, most of it isn't ticketed. Most of it's free. So you can actually do a lot of Dark Mofo without really having to spend a lot of money. And even the stuff that you do have to spend money for, like the Winter Feast pass, for example, I'm sure I only paid like $20 or something for a week's pass. I think it's like $10 to get in each night individually. Like it's not crazy expensive. I mean, you have to pay for all the food and shit, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on tickets. Those glasses are giving me a headache. I need to swap out my glasses to the pair I had on earlier. Isn't it weird? Like it's exactly the same prescription, but just what the difference a different pair of lenses can make. And because I haven't worn these glasses for ages, you go home very full, very tipsy, very stimulated because you're looking at so many random things and you encounter so many random people. Every year at Dark Mofo, you meet so many people and they're all just from all walks of life, all parts of the country or the world. And they're all just in the rug up and wander the streets with everybody else vibe. It's really fun. So many people that have come down for a Dark Mofo, like it's their annual sabbatical now, they wouldn't miss it. And we've got groups of friends that come down every year, which is great because it's kind of like our annual catch up with heaps of friends from Brizzy and Sydney, Melbourne, or even like my family coming down. Like my uncle and auntie live in Canberra, and they often bring their other daughter with them who is in Melbourne at uni, and then my other cousin who works and lives in Sydney. Um, it's a great time to reconnect. And yeah, one of my godsons is working. He's come down from Sydney to work at Dark Mofo. So I'm going to get to see him too. Like, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I'm hopefully going to be able to take you down the street where you'll be able to see the sort of front entrance for where Winter Feast is. They've also got this thing called the Ogga Ogga, and they have it every year. And somebody makes like this gigantic frame of some sort of creature, usually, and you go down and you write your woes on a piece of paper and pop it inside the Ogga Ogga. And to end Dark Mofo, like the big sort of finale, they drag it through the streets and then they torch it. And there's this almighty bonfire. And everybody who's been to the Ogga Ogga and put their woes in, all their woes get incinerated. And it's sort of a cleansing thing. And it's always fun to go and find the Ogga Ogga and see what they've got for this year. You're overdue for some stimulation. Yeah, well, you'd get it here. It literally is a feast for every sense. Like every sense, it's a feast. Like one year they had, when you finished work at they played it at 5 o'clock. So if you finished work at 5 o'clock, when you walked out of your office, they had these air raid sirens placed on top of buildings around Hobart CBD, and they played this really ethereal music. And people would walk out of their office, including me, and hear this music and just stand still and look up, and they had helicopters flying around or fireworks going off, or it was just incredible. And you just got so used to this. As soon as this music started playing, if you were still sitting at your desk, it's like, pack up, go home. But watching everyone walking out of their buildings where they work and just standing out on the street looking up at whatever was going on in the sky and listening to this music, it was just so beautiful. And it was this really sort of ethereal, angelic music. And it was such a nice thing to leave work to, you know? It was like, God, this is pretty special. So many different creative ideas that they've come up with and kept it really fun every year. And it was privately funded for the first few years, and then the government started pitching in a little bit as well, or not a little bit, quite a lot, because they could just see the value. Like, it brings so many people down here. The car behind me might get shitty because there's room for me to turn if I was going to turn right, but I'm not. I want to go where that white car is. And I'm not blocking the intersection because that's really uncool. Ethereal music, like music from the heavens, angelic. Like it was an opera piece, an operatic, like it was an aria being sung by a woman with the voice of an angel. And it was just being blasted out all over Hobart. It was gorgeous. You'll see heaps of people, like even that little kid, it might be a coincidence they've only got a red beanie, but you'll see lots of people in red coats and beanies and scarves and boots, and we even accessorised to match the festival. Look at all these wankers blocking the intersection. But they give me the shits because now I still can't get where I need to go. But to placate the person, you don't get to turn there, dickhead. That's not me beeping, by the way. There's another angry person. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get across. Might have to do another bloggy, guys. The Law Society's to my right, and they're lit up red. I can't believe that dude just turned right when he was in a no turning right lane. Well, I mean, I can. Tasmanian drivers are not known for their great driving skills, and I'm potentially about to be an intersection blocker too. Because we ain't moving. It might be time to crack my chocolate road rage, yeah. I get it though. She was trying to go straight and the guy in front of her suddenly turned right but had nowhere to go, so he kind of blocked the whole road. And then I think the second beat was for this stupid woman who has caused chaos because she's now fully blocking the entire intersection. So I think it was double-barreled road rage going on, but I've got to somehow try and get over. Oh my God, lady, what are you doing? You fully blocked the... Oh no, that road is closed. We've all got to go right. Okay. Damn. You used to be able to get down straight ahead. It says no access Saturday. Why can't we go now? It's only Friday, guys. You love the word wankers. I know it's a good one, isn't it? I've noticed there are some American creators that are adopting wankers. Honey nougat log. Because if I've got to do a whole block here again, oh, there's a firework. You guys probably wouldn't have seen that. It was like a little worm in the sky. Yeah, I can't get into a different lane so I can do another blocky. Maybe I can now. Hang on. I'm pretty sure I've heard some American creators say wanker. Do you know what it literally means, cement shoes? Yeah, I say a shitload too. I don't think you can be an Aussie and not say it a lot. It's like, I mean, we even call our friends wankers. G'day, wanker. How the fuck are you? You sure do? Good. Well, next time you're wanking, think of us, cement shoes. No, I'm joking. Don't. No. It's all right. You don't have to. So we're doing another blocky so I can get down. What I'm trying to do is get down around the docks so you can see the museum lit up. So I'm basically going to take us down to the bottom end of the city and see how far we can sneak around and if I can give you some sort of look at TMAG, which is the Tasmanian Museum and Art Gallery. And that was bad. Someone nearly ran straight up my arse. Nothing like a bit of whiplash. God. Yeah, think of the creepy doll swimming trees. Don't think of us. See, look at this old couple just here. They both got their little red hats on. Did you see them? How cute are they? They're wandering the streets of Hobart for Dark Mofo. This pub over the road, which has since been sold, used to be called the Welcome Stranger. And that was a venue for a rave during one Dark Mofo, and they had all these different karaoke rooms that had themes. And when you went into each room, you had to put like a costume on, so they'd give you like cowboy hats for the country and western one, and like there was a Barbie doll one, and there was an 80s room, and we had so much fun. This whole part of the city where we are right now was all closed off, so we walked up the middle of this street with wine glasses, like actual glasses of wine in our hands, wandering around. There were little pop-up bars that fill up your glass. Like, I just love that during this festival they trust us to not be dickheads because we're buying drinks that come in glasses. But I'm a huge hot toddy fan, and every year Hendrick's Gin does a cocktail for Dark Mofo or a hot toddy because it coincides with the Hendrick's Gin World Championship. Um, but all the local distilleries do different versions of hot toddies, and they give them to you in enamel mugs that you then just carry around with you throughout the festival. But it was so civilized to be wandering the streets of Hobart in the middle of the night with actual glasses. It was so cool. And the same with the fire pots. Like, they don't put little protective gates around them or anything. Like, you can, if you wanted to, you can light a cigarette off the exposed flame. Like, you can stick your hands as close to the flames as possible to warm them up. There's an event in Sydney called Vivid, which is this full-on sort of lighting show, and everything's all lit up. And they have little walks that you can do as well with fire pots. But the fire pots have got these big metal fences around them. You can't get anywhere near the actual heat because, God forbid someone falls in a fire pot. Down here, we're kind of like, well, if you fall in, it's because you're a fucking wanker. The town hall is up here on the right, and it's all lit up red, and it looks fucking gorgeous. That's the town hall right there, and they've got really cool flags, and I think they must be one of the venues. There's a cute little red building to my left. So we're going to go down here. I'm going to try and smuggle you in through the back entrance. That's what she said. But yeah, there's a really good article. I'm not sure if it was the Australian or the Sydney Morning Herald comparing Vivid to Dark Mofo. And it pretty much points out that at Dark Mofo, there's absolutely no adherence to any health and safety, which is why it's so much fun. And why Vivid in Sydney is so bloody conservative, and they've stuck to every single rule, which is what makes it so boring. It's great. It's a good article. I don't know. I think it's someone in Sydney who wrote it. I don't think it was like a Tasmanian going, we're awesome, you're wankers. I think it was someone in Sydney going, fuck, we're wankers. Look how awesome Hobart is. But yeah, I mean, this is an island absolutely overflowing with people that are so. Oh shit, event ahead, road closed. Oh, God damn it. Hmm. There's a lot of red fairy lights happening because all of down along here is part of Dark Mofo as well. I mean, everywhere there's little Dark Mofo things, but some of them are like, venue hubs. Um, and there's a lot of wandering around in there, and it's very dark, and they have a lot of music and lighting things and stuff. And yeah, there's heaps of potholes because it's basically an abandoned rail yard, and people trip over and fall into fire pots, and everyone has a rollicking good time. There's heaps of stuff over on the left too, like the big crucifixes. Um, the Grand Chancellor, which is on the right, it's got a tower that's fully lit up. The museum's coming up on the right hand side. The problem is there's so much lighting that it just doesn't look as exciting for you guys as it is for me. Oh, hey Scott. We will go for some strolls. So don't fear not if you think this is a piss week show. But yeah, on the right hand side, this is the museum and art gallery, and it's my favourite building out of all of them. And I'm trying to get us over on the other side of Constitution Dock so I can show it to you. It's one last attempt. I had no idea that Hunter Street was closed for an event. I wonder what that was. But I'll take you guys wandering a little bit, and I'll do some little videos, and hopefully, like right here, just here on the left is a pop-up coffee van. Just, food and coffee just on the side of the road as you do. Side road closed, event in progress. Oh, man. It's definitely going to be. Oh no, it's completely closed. Can't even pretend to go that way. Well, that sucks because that's where all the gorgeous crucifixes are. And there's a wharf over here that's lit up red too. But again, oh no, I can see a bit of red on the screen. Downtown Cleveland. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Kansas City, how they'd get all lit up at Christmas time. And I mean, I'm keeping an eye out for people, but when they just step straight in front of a moving car, it's kind of like, can you take a bit of responsibility for your own safety too? Like contributory negligence, motherfucker. Telegraph Hotel over here is lit up beautifully. And yeah, but where the winter feast is, it's literally just the left from here, like 300 meters. But this is the closest I can get to showing it to you, I'm afraid. But how good does the Telegraph Hotel look right there? It's one of my favourite pubs. It's one of those gorgeous old I mean, it's fully renovated inside, but it's one of those gorgeous deco pubs that still has the tiles on the outside of the pub. I love that shit. I'm going to show you the bridge. We might end up behind a horse-drawn carriage shortly that has red fairy lights on the back of it, unless somebody else turns left, in which case, oh, damn it. Can you not high beam me, motherfucker? The two-decker bus behind me's bloody headlights are You can see all the red things. You'll see T-Mag again here too. Straight ahead right now. And yeah, there's a horse and carriage in front of this bloody P-plater that blocked the view. And it's got little red fairy lights around the carriage. It's fun. You can see that actually the Telstra building's just up there and it's red. I don't know if you'll be able to pick the logo up. But look to the heavens, Groovers. Here we go. Here's the little carriage. Oh, god damn you, P-plater. The one time you didn't fucking go fast in your life was when I could have got behind the carriage. But I don't know if you noticed, but on the back of his car, on the P-plater's car, was a fuck cancer sticker. Look at all the red buildings, like the one on the left-hand side over there. The bus is going past it at the moment. Look at that. Beautiful. So many YouTubers got fucked off because somebody hashtagged something fuck cancer. And the creator was desperately trying to say, it's actually a thing. Like, and hashtag fuck cancer is definitely a thing in Australia. And I've wanted to pull up behind a car for so long that has fuck cancer on their car because it is a thing here, to defend that creator who got slammed for saying it. And it's like people on YouTube say so many stupid things. Like, can we just call them out for the stupid shit? Like, sometimes what they're saying is legit. Leave them alone. Oh, the event for music, and they do parades. And because it's such nice weather, they'll probably fill up the street with pop-up bars and fire pots and things like that as well. The Tasmanian Symphony Orchestra, they often do like a pop-up performance just for the for the hell of it. So you might be enjoying your little hot toddy standing around a fire pot, and the next thing the TSO is standing there playing something. There's a silent symphony that's going on in the building on the left, which is City Hall, and it's like a from what I could tell, what I was reading, it's quirky. I mean, it's a silent symphony. I don't know if it's the same as a silent disco. I'm not sure if you all have to put headphones on and you all get to listen to different shit. I don't know. But I'm going to try and go to a really good spot to show you the bridge lit up, because the bridge is beautiful. If I can get over. There's so many people out and about. How dare they be partaking? The horse-drawn carriage is just going around the corner to the right. And it has red fairy lights on the back of it. I don't think horse-drawn carriages are the most practical way to get around Hobart Town in the middle of winter, but, you know, they've got throw rugs. They might even have those heated ones. Who knows? So I'm going to take you to a little vantage spot to show you the bridge. And then I'll probably end this live because it's impossible for me to read chat from this point on. So we can have a quick chat and then I'll tootle home and feed my sunny bum. And because it's been it's a cold night and it's dark now. I mean, there's lighting. I leave 2 lights on in the house and a radio to keep her company, but I'll turn the heating on and that's a sign she'll know that Mum's coming home. And Spectrum's right here, but because of all the lights, dude, I'm so over all these cranky pants drivers. I swear to God. Piss the fuck off. And I completely missed where I wanted to go because of this knob behind me who, for some reason, thinks getting up my ass is going to make me go faster over speed bumps. She's wrong. Oh, I can't turn there. But yeah, Spectrum's right here on the hill, but I can't nearly show it to you. But we'll have a little chat and then and tailgating lunatics just driven down the no entry road. I mean, seriously, people, just stop already. Okay, the bridge is ahead. Yeah, fuck it, exactly. Thank you, Kylie. Now, we used to be able to get down to the slip a lot easier, but they've closed all the gates. But if I go in here for a sec, there is a fence that you have to look through, and I turn off my lights. Why is it so far away for you guys? This bloody panoramic view thing's frustrating. But the bridge is so much closer to the naked eye, and it's absolutely gorgeous. That's wild. They caught hell for that. Didn't know cancer had any fat. I know. It was the PC crowd that don't like swearing that got all up in arms about it. That's like, come on, and whoever said it was like, no, it's an actual thing. Like it's a movement. It's a hashtag that people have T-shirts, and I don't think they mentioned stickers for cars, but and their detractors were all like, you're horrible for saying that. And it's like, really? What would you prefer? Everyone says, but it was more that she was trying to say it's a thing, and lots of people say it, and they were telling her she was a bullshitter. And I'm not really a fan of that particular crowd. I have remembered who it was, but I will still stick up for people when I know what they're saying is correct and they're being accused of being bullshitters or liars. I'm fair. But yeah, I will try to get some photos and some footage closer to the action, especially tomorrow night at Winter Feast. And keep an eye out for that. And then any sort of quirky exhibitions or anything like that I go to, or there's a lot of sort of sound shows, soundscapes, things like that. It is the Pretty Bridge is the one I go over to go home. Yep. And I mean, I can stay live. It's just I can't read chat because the traffic won't be. I mean, it's still pretty heavy, but not as bad as it usually is. But yeah, I won't really be able to read chat, and it's just going to be dark and me driving on a highway. Not very exciting. So I think I'll end the live and keep an eye out for more Dark Mofo stuff. And for those of you that get a long weekend for the Queen's birthday, even though she's no longer with us, may she rest in peace. Thank you, Queenie, for a public holiday. So I hope Australians and members of the Commonwealth, if it's a Queen's birthday weekend for them, have a lovely long weekend. And for the rest of you in other parts of the world that aren't part of the Commonwealth and don't have a long weekend, sucked in. And may your days be merry and bright. And may your Dark Mofo be red. Oh, it's a bit of fun, Kylie. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, Cement Shoes. Good to see you, Scott. Sweet dreams, Groover. And I will see you all again very soon. Well, it was a bit of fun just watching me do blockies and calling people wankers. You do get to see. I mean, I think the highlight, other than the town hall and the museum, would have to have been Rest Point Casino, because that was the best lit up building I got to show you. But yeah, love you, Groovers, and I'll see you all again very soon. Happy Dark Mofo, everyone.